Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Malik Willis, preseason, week 3, fired up, locked in. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder, we have revamped the Quarterback School Patreon community. It's never been cheaper, never been easier, never been more content available over there. So if you are looking to support the channel, if you're looking to elevate your football IQ, learn a little bit more about the game, understand exactly what it's like in an NFL quarterback room, all sorts of depth, nuance, detail to breaking down the game, get over there, check out the Quarterback School Patreon community. The link is in the description to the video. I certainly appreciate the support. As for this video, let's dive into it. Malik Willis, preseason, week 3. We are diving into it. Dime right here out the gate. On the over, love the fact that he gets downhill here. Got a few different outside the pocket opportunities to make plays here. It's kind of tough. I always think it's way tougher out of shotgun, really in the league, to be able to do this kind of naked stuff, just because you got that open edge, and I feel like the defensive ends have a lot more tendency to just fly up the field, make this a lot less of a true fake. But things to pay attention to here on any naked, I'll go over because we'll see a handful of these, and really any outside the pocket thing here. You want to get enough depth to be able to both navigate the free edge on a naked or a keeper, and or then be able to get downhill to your target. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to get downhill. He's certainly got the athletic ability that he doesn't have to do it. But when you get downhill, not only are you, Malik Willis, a threat to run, and that's certainly a big time threat, but it's also just easier to be on target. You can get a little bit lined up to your target. This is a great job of being able to say no to the flat. He gets knocked off, and then wait for the over. Just shows a tick of patience that I thought he showed a little bit in this game. So no right there. First of all, anytime you get this sneak flat split flow action, and this guy he gets knocked off, good edge players here will either come here and try to blow this thing up and get there, or they're going to knock this guy off, try to potentially wrong arm him. Anything that gets this sneak hide flat knocked off, it's going to muddy this picture up, because you're really trying to get the quarterback out on this naked, throw in the flat 1. So we're trying to go here 1, and if that's not there, then you want the quarterback usually lined up with the over, so that there's this kind of like you're on the same line. So Malik Willis, I thought, does a great job here. It's not there. There's no panic. There's no takeoff and run. He keeps his eyes down the field, waits, waits for that over to open up, and he's got the touch, the flick to be able to do it. Certainly got the arm angles to be able to do it. Really nice play here. See, just that little patience. And then it's kind of outside his body. He's going downhill. Just a nice job not running first here, I thought. Next one here, beautiful scramble. So we've got quarters, quarter, half, whatever. Take our shot down the field, over, not there. Malik Willis obviously showing the speed, the athleticism, everything except just a little bit of finish there. Gets squeezed out at the very end. But this is a nice job. Doesn't force it down the field. It's not there. I think just concept-wise here, if you're looking at the back needs to get out, we'll talk about it from the wide here. But if the back gets out, the back might probably gets the ball here on a check down. No, go. And then this is just silly, putting a move on someone. Oh, how far away is he? He's over 10 yards away from the guy. The guy has no chance to make this open field tackle. 0. Awesome job. He does end up making it, but not because of him. So concept-wise here, we're going to take a shot. Anytime you get this split field look, to me, this is just an iteration of either quarters or quarter, half, potentially down here to the bottom. But what you're going to do, what you're often going to see in the play action world, is you're going to come up and threaten these safeties. So it doesn't matter who's got the over, who's got the post. Usually one of them's got the post. So you're going to take this, run it by him. And if this safety type has anything to do with the run fit, run force, has his eyes in the backfield, hesitates at all, you can usually get a great opportunity for a big post down the field. And then oftentimes paired with that over. You see the over hit a little bit more in middle field closed type situations. So I'm thinking big post for sure, and then potentially over. The problem with the over here in quarters is this inside safety, if he plays it well with enough depth, has got you leverage to the inside. Does that make sense? So he's here, and our wide receiver running the over is outside of him. So as long as he's not crazy slow, he's going to be able to usually leverage that thing off. So you kind of, in my mind, if I saw this look pre-snap, I'd be thinking, oh, I got the big post. If not, I got my check down coming right here. You wouldn't skip the over, but you would know that just the way that it normally plays out, that's what it would look like. But you have to get the check down out. So that we don't get the check down out, but we can do that. And you play any kind of coverage where there's no one on the quarterback, and the quarterback can do stuff like this. It's just a massive weapon. That's big time. There's no way around trying to defend a 50-yard scramble that makes it look easy. Great job. Big fake, good decision. And then this is just Malik Willis being Malik Willis. Just appreciate it. You're going to see a lot more of that. Bun rep. Next play, I think, missed TD. So this is a tough one. And this is a one to learn from. And again, when we're not in the quarterback room, we don't know for sure what the read is. But I think the first thing you can acknowledge is just the accuracy. It's a tick behind him. So obviously he would love to have this throwback. I think he's got nice pocket composure here. You know, it's coming down, no panic. Just the accuracy is a little bit behind him. Now we're going to start working into the assumptions here. So the first thing is, let's acknowledge with the throw here, this little shallow. So either he's supposed to get the ball here, right out the gate, or he waits that second window where he ends up throwing it, which I thought was a nice job, and we just missed with the throw. Okay, you know, let's make that assumption. The next thing here is, what is the number 2? So if this is the number 1, and this is where we're trying to go with the ball to this either quick slant, shallow, it's either this in up top, working the back line, working the top of the letters of the logo, or usually some iteration of slant short post. That's how this play usually works out. And it can be, you can have 2 on both sides, meaning wherever your eyes go, wherever you get squeezed on that number 1, you can come out and work this. But I think you could make the argument here. Now you can make the argument that he shows nice patience and this should be a touchdown accuracy. But we're playing quarterback. We also want to look through, hey, if we worked through the progression, the full progression, what would happen? So to me, I'm thinking, hey, we're going to come out here. It's not there. We're off of it. What do we do? Well, if we would have worked the back line, probably a touchdown. If we would have come down here, probably a touchdown. So just realizing, you know, if it's blurry early, just get through the read. Now, I think he's fine staying on him here and just misses accuracy. But look down here to the bottom. That's a touchdown, right? Touchdown. Now let's look up top to the in. Let it play out. Touchdown. Yeah, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to throw it high. Back 5, contested. I think he makes the right decision. I think that there are other options available too if you get through the read. But more than anything else, he just wants this throw back. And these are the type of throws and misses that are maybe show up too much in the film. And we'll get into more of those as we keep going here. But this is a sprint to the left. This is not an easy throw. An out to the slot, number 2 down here. This is a throw he should make. Now, again, I think it's worth acknowledging. Not easy throw. Going to your left. Flip your hips here. They do a nice job sealing it. I like this kind of play design. Get him on the edge. I think that there's a few different things. You know, my quarterback gurus out there will tell you that this throw looks a lot like their summer workouts. And there is some truth to it. I personally was always a fan of getting out here and flipping my hips if I could to make this throw. I just think it's easier to do that. But it's worth acknowledging you can have multiple clubs in the bag, so you can get out here, get a little bit more depth, and come downhill and just stay on the run also. I think flipping your hips, to me, was always easier. I think some guys, it's 6 1/2 dozen to the other. Just know that when you flip your hips going to the left, the ball's going to go to the left. So he flips his hips, and the ball just keeps traveling to his left. You can see him kind of fall away after he throws it. And there's no way you're not going to fall away, right? You're going full speed to your left, a violent change of direction, flip, throw. But to me, that's open enough NFL 3rd down. We can make that throw. It's not an easy throw, but I bet that's a throw Malik Willis thinks he can make. Now, just design-wise here and just kind of understanding, talk a lot about, and especially when you're new in the league here, about landmark for certain motions, so motion landmark. If this guy is sealing the edge, so if he's supposed to be out here and like reaching this guy, you got to let him do his job. Now, he's got to get his ass out there and shuffle up to be able to make this reach block, but you don't want to snap it behind the tackle who's also trying to get out there. So you can just see here, just cleaning up a little bit of this like line of scrimmage procedure, I think will make his job easier too, because he could get the edge easier. You can see how the, you know, to me, the tight end needs to get out there and get set up. Like we're lollygagging a little bit, but we could also let him get out there. And again, we can make that throw. Next one. This is missing a hook up top. This is a nice example of 1 to 2. I think he does a nice job base-wise. I think the ball just skymails on him a little bit. I thought this was a completion, actually, the first couple times I watched it. No, yes. I love the rhythm of it. I think he could probably speed up the process of it, if that makes sense. So if we're looking to try to get the ball to the hook over the ball, whatever you want to call this, deep sit, deep hook, outside hook, and this thing is red, and he's playing this thing 1 to 2. I think that's right. That's fine. I like, you know, just miss on the ball a little bit here. I think the thing that would make it easier for him within the pocket with the drop back game, the precision of it, is maybe just the sense of urgency back here to get back and get set just a tick quicker would allow everything else to happen faster. So 1, 2, 3, boom. You know, does that look like he's going as fast as he can? And maybe they're not telling him to do that. But to me, it looks like he's kind of like, it's almost just a tick too slow. And maybe that's like the most overanalyzed, over-detailed point I can imagine, I can say here. But I think if he plays this any faster, it's probably easier for him. Hit, because I like the rhythm of it. He's on point with the rhythm, meaning 1 hitch, 2 hitch, throw. Like the timing of that looks good. It just feels like it's a tick slow. And it might be the tight end type going over the ball just being slow too. But I would love to see just everything happen a tick faster. Next one, 3rd and 6. I love this one. I love this. He changes the protection, it looks like. Brings the tight end down. We're getting zeroed. We get the ball out quick. We've got the right protection called. This is operating at a really high level at the line of scrimmage. Again, look at him change the protection here. Bring in the tight end. Widen the edge. Watch the back. We got full slide to our right, their left. Back coming across. Get the ball out immediately. Right on him. This is operating at a very high level at the line of scrimmage. You love to see it from any quarterback. Love to see it even more from a rookie, from a guy who probably didn't have to do a whole lot of this before. Also, great base. Check out the base here when he catches his balls to make this throw. Boom. I mean, that thing is locked in, ready to go right to his target, lined up. Really nice job. This is a really, really impressive rep. Something he can be, you know, that I think a lot of Titans fans can feel really good about, the fact that he's going to take control at the line of scrimmage, can protect himself, can get the ball out quickly, can be decisive, can be accurate. That's really nice. Next one, touchdown, bottom of the screen. A little jerk route to the number 1. Now, this is a pretty crazy arm action. Love to see it. It's also wide ass open, okay? Don't get it twisted. But you can't teach this arm angle. You can practice this arm angle. But I'm not sure. I think this is one of those things where someone's in your face and you just naturally do this. Slow this thing down. I mean, that guy, the paw right in your face, right on him. I mean, that's a beautiful throw right on his face. There's a lot to like about this. Nothing easy about that from the quarterback perspective as far as getting the ball on him. And you can see what happens with a good, accurate throw on time in rhythm, even with someone in your face. Really nice job. Again, it's called a jerk, or I call it a jerk down here to the bottom, because you're set up, boom, you come in here and pause. So you're in a little stack formation. Come in here, pause, set it down, and then whoever's guarding you usually drives that route, drives that spot. And then the jerk, you make him look like a jerk because he drove the wrong route. You run away from him. Easy touchdown. Well, easy touchdown here. It's not usually this easy, but this is a really nice job getting the ball out on time with a defender right in your face. Again, the natural arm angle to be able to change, drop it down, flick it. There's an easy flick to some of these throws. That's really impressive, man. Someone jumping right on your head. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. Reminder, Quarterback School Patreon community, relaunched, revamped. The link is in the description. Get over there, check it out. I appreciate it. And then if you're really looking to take your game to the next level, check out the Quarterback School courses. Have a number of different courses, really the premium content available through the channel. Get over there, take your game to the next level. Also have a bunch of free stuff available. We got a Pass Pro Quiz, got a play calling tool, got a free quick game course. So if any of those interest you, check those links out in the video description. I appreciate it. As for this one, let's keep it going. Next one here, nice scramble throw, big play action shot. Not there immediately. Get out on the edge, keep your eyes downfield, let it develop. Show the accuracy, the playmaking ability, the vision, the decision-making to not force it. It looks like he makes this play action fake, comes back and tries to rip the in to our right. It's not there. There's two defenders underneath it. Doesn't panic to run. Right away, gets out on the edge, keeps his eyes downfield, able to make a big chunk play. That's outstanding. This is really great football. I just love to see him not forcing balls like this to the bottom of the screen. Boom. You know, you come back up there, you're trying to throw an in down to the bottom. It's not there. There's two guys there. No panic. Get outside. Keep your eyes down the field. Let those guys get into their scramble drill and get a big chunk. And this is going to terrify defense coordinators. Not forcing a ball, scrambling, not going to run immediately, keeping his eyes downfield and being able to throw that kind of strike on the move. Next one here. This is the interception. So I got a few issues here. First, let's acknowledge it's a tip pass. Okay, so it's hard for me to ever put it on the quarterback on a tip pass at the line of scrimmage. In my opinion, this is on the offensive line. They have to be able to keep these guys' hands down. You have to. So just acknowledging the fact that, in my opinion, especially in the quick game world, someone puts their hands up. If you're the left guard here, you got to strike this cat in the ribs. He cannot get his hand up right in front of our quarterback's face like this. Cannot happen. Your hand on your chest, I need the hand in the rib, bringing those hands down, making that guy pay for putting his hands up. And that's the main point. The next point is that, in my opinion, Malik Willis looks late, looks a little confused. Okay, so they're in empty, 3-by-2. You can see defensively, right? The middle field player, he's directing the backer type. Hey, you got to move out. They're in man free. Okay, so first of all, let's just say if you're playing quarterback, what's going on here? They're confused, right out the gate. That's the first thing you notice. Something's up. Okay, but there's a middle field post player. So you're not getting zeroed. So they're confused. The guy who's confused is definitely not blitzing. It looks, if you're just looking clean at this thing, closed. This kind of looks like man. Inside leverage. Hard to say for sure. There's no one here to cover the number 3 receiver here. There's no backer type back here. So potentially get a peel here. But they're in what is essentially a 5-0 look. They've got 5 threats right here. We've got 5 offensive linemen. Anybody else, who's the biggest threat? Well, the biggest threat is the guy who's damn near at the line of scrimmage. And when he's backed up like this, it's a great pre-snap indicator you're going to get pressure, right? Like he's not backing up anybody. So wherever you see this backed up guy, a good chance he's coming. He blitzes here. We're hot up here. We're hot. It looks like Malik Willis plays this down here first. So he goes this side back to this little slant. So when I'm saying late, I'm saying he's hot here to the right. The ball should come out here hot to the right faster. So is it easy to see? No, there's some confusion defensively. But at the snap, it's easy to see where the pressure potentially can come from. He looks to the left, and we can really see from the backside. Now, is that why it's intercepted? Probably not. It's the tip, but I think it doesn't get tipped if he just catches it and gets it out. So watch the confusion here, 50-48. You take him, I got him, what? Get over there, get lined up. Okay, look at the look, 5-0 sync look. Here comes the nickel 39 from the left. And you can see Malik Willis. To me, he's playing this thing to our right first. So catching, looking to our right. And maybe he's just checking the edge to see if he's hot. But it's not quite as clean as that earlier 0 look that we showed. Next one, it's a naked. Okay, so I got some design issues here with this naked, but this is a good one to learn from quarterback wise, because we talk a lot about on this channel, the quarterback is responsible for the edge on these nakeds. So if the guy hits you on the edge, that's usually your fault. Now, I'm not saying this is an easy look, because it's not, but could he throw the over right here? 35 has got his back turned, and I think that's what it's a fine line, because you're tracking your target, and you also need to see the defender. The defender has his back turned. You could throw this ball right here and be fine. I also think that if you stop your feet, it's your responsibility. You either need to pump and go, or you need to let this thing rip, but you can't get yourself hit here. Now, I think the more interesting question is, why is this guy here? Who is that? That's the corner to the right. Well, let's talk about why exactly that is, because I think that some design issues caused this to be harder than it should have been. And that's just an unnecessary hit. And so when I say design issues, what am I talking about? I'm talking about normally on any type of naked, well, just naked keeper world, where we're coming out here and there's no blockers. Okay, we're doing some sort of fake, no blockers. We're not setting up. We're going to say we're going to stay on the run. Usually, we talk about this on this channel a lot, there's usually something in the flat, someone in the over, and someone down the field, like with a corner or a deep post. You want to create 3 levels. When you don't create someone in the flat, so there's no one in the flat here, normally that means you're going to block up the edge and take a shot down the field. If you're still trying, if you're running just normal naked keeper with no one in the flat, not only are you taking away what is normally the first read here with something in the flat, you're also allowing the flat defender to be a problem for the over. So normally the flat defender won't be there for this backside over. So if he's going to come from the backside, this guy's out of here, right? He's covering the flat. So that creates this kind of window that allows you to mirror with the quarterback. So you're kind of going at the same lane. But when there's no one in the flat, that's a problem. And so right here, there's no one in the flat. And so instead, they get a backside post, which they'll probably never throw, and no one in the flat. And that allows that corner to just hang there, and now he falls into the over. So what I'm saying here is what you'll see most teams do if they want to run out of this wing look here with 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, is put this guy in the line of scrimmage, bring this guy in like short motion, and have him run like the sneak flat, or just have a more condensed formation. So move both these guys in. Now this guy's got the over still, but we take that outside wide receiver, move him into the slot, and now he's got the sneak flat. You got to have something in the flat. You don't have to, but this is what happens when you don't have something in the flat. So yeah, is it on Malik Willis to get hit here on the edge? Yeah, that's his fault. Do I think he could throw it? Yeah. But could the offensive architecture, the design of this play be better and help him? Yeah. So, and if I was operating in that world, I would want to help a rookie quarterback, especially a guy who hasn't maybe played under center quite as much as other guys. But you can see here, he could rip that over. They're in nice kind of alignment right down on the same lane. You could also flick it to the late right there to the tight end, 83. Now that's going through your progression really fast right there, but like a nice little like underhand flick. But I just think, give me somebody in the flat. Let's make this consistent, clean, easy read. Last one here, 3rd and 3. I like taking shots on go balls on 3rd and 3, especially in areas of the field where you potentially would go for it on 4th down. What I don't like is throwing never in history balls outside the white on go balls. Now, maybe it was stormy this night. I don't know. And this thing caught a gust. But this is outside the white. Okay, outside the white is a significant miss. Just look where the line of the wide receiver is. And that's where you want to drop the ball. You want to drop that ball right now. We talk about it on this channel. Dropping it out of a helicopter here. He's got this line. You've got all this area if you want to fade him, but the perfect ball is right down the line. Catch and score. You can't miss, over 5 yards wide. And this is probably more than 5 yards wide. Outside the white. Especially on a 3rd down. I'm always going to lean towards, hey, give our guy a shot, maybe catch a pass interference. but don't skymail that thing. And I really, if you just look at the trajectory here of this ball, to me, it comes out flat. You know, let's get a little bit more air under it. Let's allow our guy to run through it. Now, the other thing here, and this was more my issue playing than a lot of guys' issues, but Malik Willis is a little bit 3/4. I was a little bit of a 3/4 guy. This thing will fade on you left to right. So when you throw to the right, you got to, just because the way the ball is spinning, you know, I would really emphasize throwing it right down the line, because your ball is going to spin more this, now it's not going to spin out of bounds, but just the revolutions of the ball spinning right are going to make it go left to right. So if you were to throw it to the other side here, it would bring the ball inbound. So I would try to maybe leave it a little bit wider to be able to bring it back in. Now, guys who are right over the top guys, or guys that are just better at spinning it, maybe didn't have that issue, but I would always mess around with that anecdotally. So that is a wrap. Malik Willis, preseason, week 3, lots to be excited about. Certainly some splash plays, obviously a ridiculous athlete that translates that, his game, making plays, getting outside the pocket, being a running threat, running, making plays as a playmaker outside the pocket with his vision, his accuracy, all of those things translate to what he's been able to show in the preseason. So a lot to be excited about. I think the thing that is probably the most glaring through the film is just the consistency element of the accuracy. And so whether it's maybe making misses because we're hanging on guys too long, or just missing because of different things that he's being asked to do that he's not quite used to, and how the offense is structured, I think could potentially help him on certain movements, naked keepers, to be able to clean things up. But overall, my goodness, playmaking all over the place, exciting, electric, really fun to watch. I enjoy breaking it down. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.